Tim Switzer is one of the most experienced and successful tuners in the import industry.
Well, when I started out, tuning cars, I was pretty much fresh out of high school, and the tuning scene hadn't really erupted here in the U.S. I think the import tuning scene was still in Japan and whatnot. And so it was just the cars were a lot of fun. We started to realize how much power we could make with them.
For a few years, Tim worked at Buscher Racing. This experience helped solidify Tim's expertise on DSMs, Evos, 4G63s, and all things turbocharged.
We started out building parts in his basement for the cars early on, and a lot of late nights tuning, turbocharged 4-cylinders and learning, how those engines operated and all the different idiosyncrasies of turbo engines and things that weren't commonly understood by a lot of people. So, we basically, when we spent years, a decade tuning, at some point I decided that, I wanted to move on and maybe tackle some other challenges and do something new, something different. I decided to strike it out on my own and formed a small tuning business, and that became Switzer Performance.
The Switzer Performance packages for the 996 and 997 Porsches delivered big time. After just a few years, Switzer Performance became a major player in the Porsche performance market.
A couple years into working on the Porsche stuff and whatnot, I had another client who was shopping us to see if we'd be able to do some modifications for him on a 997 twin turbo, and he happened to mention that he had a GTR. At that time I figured, at that point in the game, and having gotten out of the Japanese tuning scene, I figured there would be a plethora of shops that would be tuning that car. And disappointed to find out that even at a year into the GTR platform hitting the United States, that there wasn't a lot out there. So, we were asked, could we make a 600 horsepower GTR that would, be able to be road raced and not ruin what the car was, but to preserve, what the GTR was meant to be and enhance it. And so we put, pencil to paper and penciled out a combination that we felt would be appropriate, and we did a lot of development testing on the car. We spent a lot of time rigging the car up with additional sensors, getting a lot of data, spent a lot of time in the dyno, understanding what the stock GTR was, how it was achieving what it was achieving, and then set out to try to make that better. And that's where the P800 the P800 performance package came from.
Today, the P800 system is joined by entry-level packages as well as serious power packages like the R1K system. Every vehicle system from fuel to ECU and transmission is addressed in the package upgrades. Unlike other tuners that make significant sacrifices to go fast, Switzer Performance designs all of the systems to deliver as much as possible without making sacrifices.
I've said it before in public, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. A lot of people early on took a look at the platform and started looking at increasing the displacement, increasing, cutting the engines apart, fortifying them, putting in sleeves and whatnot. But I really didn't feel, as we got into the engine program, we asked a lot of questions. We took a look at what was done, what the Nissan engineers had done, why they had done what they had done, and when are we going to, we're going to fix problems as they arise. That was really our philosophy, and it always is our philosophy, to be honest with you. We don't build, Tim Switzer, Switzer Performance, we don't build parts to sell parts. We build parts to solve tuning issues and problems so that we can deliver an end package that does what we promise it will deliver, and do it reliably and whatnot.
While this level of engineering and product development leads to packages that approach $60,000, you get what you pay for.